are again, all you weather geeks. Let's talk about the weather, which is pretty eventful coming up. No severe weather expected, but some sun, some rain, some frost, some cold, maybe a few snowflakes by early next week as we flip the calendar forward towards May. Let's first check in on rainfall totals for the month and for the season and for the year officially at the Youngstown Warren Airport in Vienna. We did manage a couple hundredths of an inch after midnight last night with a couple of showers that pushed through. For the month, we're up to 2.43. Now, that's a little behind the average. We're generally pretty close to average in most of our areas. Some areas have had a little bit more than others, but just a modest deficit at the airport will make up for that deficit, I think, coming up later this week with probably upwards of an inch of rain before the month is through. Now, for the season, about 7 inches at the airport. That's a little above the average. And for the year, total precipitation, rain, and melted snow. Of course, there hasn't been much melted snow, but 13.9 is where we stand, 1.87 inches above the average. All the actions to our south this evening, big hailstones falling out as these storms in Florida. The yellow box, a severe thunderstorm watch. Tornado watch out in Texas in the red, and there's big hailstones and a tornado threat, of course, out there as well. All right, tonight is our only freeze concern, really, for the next several days. We've got some chilly weather coming up compared to the average, but during the nighttime hours, because of mostly clouds, we're not going to see many temperatures flirting with freezing once we get through tonight and tomorrow morning. But another night to bring in those hanging baskets as we get down to 29 or 30, and be prepared to scrape a little frost tomorrow morning if you're up early and your car has been out all night. Last night, the moon kind of danced with Mars a little bit in between the clouds. Tonight, we're going to have a clear sky. The moon will not be as close to Mars tonight, but it will be pretty close to a couple of stars that are oftentimes called the twins because they're pretty close together. They're of similar magnitude. This is Pollux and Castor in the western sky joining the moon after sunset this evening. Frosty start, but overall a nice day for our Thursday. We'll see a steady increase in high clouds. As we go into the afternoon, the sky will turn kind of milky late in the day, but this is still a winter, and certainly a day to mow the grass or do anything else outdoors because Friday, it's going to rain for most of the morning. Now, as we get into the afternoon on Friday, I think this will become a little more of a scattered shower regime. Might even be some thunder later Friday afternoon, especially down towards Columbus and Zanesville and Cambridge. That's probably the best chance of maybe getting a thunderstorm by the end of the day on Friday. But for us, scattered showers after that steady rain in the morning, and there can be a scattering of showers right into Friday night and first thing Saturday morning. But I'll tell you, I'm optimistic that the rest of Saturday will not be bad. Probably even some sun in the afternoon Saturday as temperatures try to return to the lower 60s. Not exactly a heat wave, but the weekend's not going to be a washout. A couple of showers could return Sunday afternoon, but a lot of dry time this weekend. Best chance for showers probably early Saturday, and then again Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. But that being said, it's going to rain at a pretty good clip for a while for Thursday night, Friday morning. So rainfall totals over the next 72 hours, so taking us out through the second half of Saturday. Highest amounts probably central and southern Ohio, where some places might get over 1.5 inches. For us, I think it'll be pretty close to an inch. There's pretty good model consensus at this point amongst a lot of our medium-range models that will be in that neighborhood of around an inch worth of rain through the daylight hours Saturday, but we'll add some to that between Sunday afternoon and early next week. So hourly rain chances. This becomes, important as we get into the spring season. A lot of people have things going on outdoors, especially on the weekends in the spring. And again, the highest rain chances very early Saturday. Notice pretty low rain chances for the rest of Saturday and good chunk of Sunday as well, even though there might be a shower here and there Sunday afternoon. I think there's a somewhat better chance of wet weather by Sunday evening into parts of the overnight. All right, so it's going to be chilly into next week. Might even see a snowflake or two Monday night into Tuesday morning. We've covered the medium range a lot in recent Weather for Weather Geeks videos. It's going to be cool for most of next week at the start of May. Let's talk a little bit about the summer forecast and what will influence the summer around here. We've covered this topic occasionally on Weather for Weather Geeks as well. But in case you missed it, after 3 straight years of La Nina conditions in the equatorial Pacific, things have reversed. La Nina's dead, El Nino is coming on and coming on pretty strong. This is basically a reversal of the trade winds. When they're blowing from east to west, that causes the cooler ocean waters in the eastern Pacific to what we call upwell and come to the surface, and so you get a cool pocket of water banked up against South America. That can have impacts on the weather patterns across North America, especially in the winter season. Well, the opposite is true in El Nino. The wind goes the other way. It comes back from west to east, shoving the warmer water to the east. And again, this can impact weather patterns. More pronounced impacts in the winter, but there could even be some impacts in the summer season. Now, under the assumption that El Nino is coming and probably coming on pretty strong by the summer, it's quite possible that El Nino will take the driver's seat in the overall pattern drivers category the deeper we get into summer. Early in the summer may not have much of an impact, and so I think there's a chance that June could be pretty hot compared to the average. Maybe kind of wet as well. That's the best chance of maybe hot and wet weather or stormy weather the first part of the summer. As we get deeper into the summer, again, assuming El Nino is coming on strong, that tends to favor temperatures that aren't so hot compared to the average, and it tends to favor drier than average conditions around here. Wetter than average out in the, the heart of the Corn Belt, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, places like that. But around here, it tends to be a little bit on the dry side when we have a stronger El Nino coming on during the summer. And in the longer range, and what else is new? We've had several mild winters in a row. You can have a cold and snowy winter in a weak, even a moderate El Nino. If it's a strong El Nino, though, that tilts the odds in favor of a warm winter. Some of our strongest El Ninos, 82, 83, 97, 98, 2015, 2016, all of them were really mild, albeit somewhat snowy at times, but mild winters, the flavor of those winters. And if El Nino is going to have that kind of flavor, certainly that would tilt the odds in favor of it being yet again another mild winter. Now, we had La Nina this past winter, and it was one of the warmest on record with the second least amount of snow on record, but it was a little bit fluky. Certainly higher confidence in the outcome of next winter if El Nino is going to be a strong one. So we are months and months away from the winter forecast. We're a good 6 months away from the winter forecast, but we're closer to the summer forecast, and we'll be fine-tuning that summer outlook over the next month or so, and we'll do an official summer outlook probably towards the tail end of May. Meteorological summer, of course, begins on June the 1st. In the meantime, on this April 26th, thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here on Thursday.